Hey, it's good to see you. My name is Justin Tutt, and I'm known as the man in the black chucks, the #1 youth development expert. Now, the school year is upon us, and things are about to start cooking up. Now, in order to make sure that we're getting things started off on the right foot, I want to provide you with 3 steps that you can take to make sure that your students are not only engaged in what you're speaking about and what you're teaching them this school year, but also they are respectful of your rules and the regulations and expectations that you set for them. Now, to get into things, I want to start things off with a quick story. See, I kind of shared this with you before, possibly. When I was younger, my grandfather, my Papa Ray, got me this new lawnmower. Okay, it wasn't new. It was new to me, but it had to be as old as I was. At least 14 to 15 years old. Now, when this lawnmower came into play, he told me that this lawnmower would teach me everything I needed to learn in order to be a success story. Now, for me to get to that point in my life, I was gonna have to do a lot of things to get that lawnmower going and cutting and all the right things. He taught me step #1. When you're working with anybody, when you're doing something that you've never done before, or you're starting something over again, ensure that you're pouring the right fuel. Now, what he was telling to me wasn't so much about the gasoline that you would need to put inside your lawnmower to get it to crank. What he was focusing in on was the idea that you need to fill your tank with the right mindset, with the right type of positive thought in order to do the things that you know you needed to do. Now, I know you being an educator, whether you are a seasoned veteran or you are just getting started out, there is always going to be a situation where you feel like your classroom, is starting to get chaotic. Like things aren't going the way you want, and you're looking to get everyone on course. The first thing you're going to need to do when you start out is to pour the right fuel into your students. Now, I know as an educator, you want your classroom to work and move like clockwork. Well, as we know, things don't always go the way that we want them. And I want to let you know that that young person is coming to your classroom that's possibly interrupting you or looking to be the class clown, or is possibly just looking for other students to pay attention to them over you. They probably don't have the right fuel in their tank. So maybe to start things off, you start to empower them with self-belief. You start to tell them that you are proud of them when they start to do one thing right. See, a small sense of acknowledgement goes a long way. I know you know for a fact that you don't always get acknowledged for the great things you do within your school walls, especially not when you get home and you're dealing with your significant other or your own children. Sometimes you feel like you maybe are being taken advantage of, or you're being overlooked, and everything is always focused on what you're doing wrong. To get that student to start things right, let's make sure that we're pouring the right fuel into the tank. You know, the type of thoughts that they carry around about themselves, the people that they're hanging around with. Encourage them to fill their space with positivity. Now, you can easily do this by first and foremost acknowledging them for where they're at. See, if you can see that young person come in with some glasses or a new haircut or a book bag, or they got their own pencil, or you like their shoes, or they just have a positive attitude when they walk in and you saw them in the hallway, acknowledge them with the right fuel, letting them know that you see the goodness within them. That will automatically switch a switch on in their mind to understand that they like you. There's something about you that makes them want to be around you, and they can respect what you have to offer. So that's the first step in order to get your students to be engaged and encouraged this school year when you start things out, whether you are a seasoned veteran or you're new to the game. Stay tuned for #2.